Hey everyone, this is your girl Libra Butterfly coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast, or the horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. And hello. Happy Friday to everyone, you, Lottie Dottie, and everybody. Okay. I wanted to say happy birthday to all the April birthdays, going into May birthdays. I think this is Taurus season right now. So to all the Taurus, happy birthday. And if your birthday's coming up, happy early birthday. How about that? So I wanted to get that in. Yeah, so let me give you some updates. Let's start with the first thing. The book. The book is going directly on Amazon. So I am waiting for my publisher to email me or call me. So if I ask y'all to hold on, it could be her. We're trying to figure this thing out. It's been so much going on, y'all. I'm really ready to pull the little hair that I have left. I'm ready to pull it out and just, sit in the corner and play with my lips or something. I don't know, because this is crazy. Second, the panel that we're having, the sister panel, is going to be tomorrow night, which is Saturday. That way we don't have to worry about, everybody rushing, getting out from work, or trying to get the kids together and blah, 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 blah. So it's going to be tomorrow night. So I have something to do tomorrow. I have a brunch to go to, but after the Mother's Day brunch tomorrow, and everything, and I get settled, and the people that's going to be on the panel, we already agreed on the time. So that's going to be tomorrow, okay? So y'all come on over. It's not just for women. It's just going to be women on the panel, but it's not just for women. We're going to touch every subject. And I'm hoping to get some questions from the men as well. So that's what's up. My baby boy called me today. Let me say this too before we get into what I want to discuss. My baby boy called me today and asked me what was I doing tomorrow. And I said, well, I'm going to a brunch. I said, why, what's up? And he said, I was just going to take you to lunch. Look, the one Saturday I'm booked, he wants to take me to lunch. I said, he said I had a little extra money, wanted to take my mama out to lunch like that. I said, Okay, but I can't go tomorrow. He said, well, okay, I'll take you some other day. I said, I'm gonna hold you to it too. Shoot. Anyway, anytime your kids is ready to blow some money on you, it's time to let that be done. Hey y'all, hey real mamas, hey Mimi, hey 300, hey Candy, and all my butterflies up in the butterfly queendom. Hello, hello, hello. So, also y'all, if y'all can send up some prayer for NC girl. I ain't gonna get into everything, but she really needs us right now, y'all. She if she gives me permission, then individually I would tell, unless she just don't care, I would tell y'all what's going on. But until I get her permission, I can't. So the only thing I'm gonna say is, you know, just keep your Sunday is free, okay? Because mine ain't. Okay. So any chew, moving forward. So we're gonna get into some things real quick, y'all. Okay. Um, this thing has been on me for a couple of days now to at least introduce. Um, so y'all know, let me say this. If I do tear up a little bit, y'all, over these next couple of days, just pray for me. My wedding anniversary is May the 2nd. And so I'm going through right now. My emotions all day today, real mamas and me know, my emotions all day today has been like, yeah, I have. Yeah, I've cried all day today. Seriously, um, and my sisters talked me off the ledge. So I appreciate them so much, and everything. So as I was sitting here, I looked at this little movie that came on. I'm like, let me just come on and explain to the people what's going on, and get into a topic that I want to discuss real quick. And this is just an introductory, okay? So y'all know that Easter has passed, as we know, and it's so much controversy about what Easter stands for. And I can tell you without certainty, hey, Mama Tita, love you, love, smooches. I can tell you without certainty that Easter has nothing to do with a bunny. Easter has nothing to do with eggs. Okay, I can tell you that much. Um, and I wanted to get into something. Back in Babylonian days, they had a God for everything. And I know sometimes when we talk about things like that, people's like, well, it's more than one way to God. Well, it just depends on what God you're talking about. Um, because to me, and this is just my walk, I ain't talking about nobody else, but to me, my walk, my God is the Heavenly Father. It's the all being, it's the beginning and the end. You see what I'm saying? He's the beginning, he's the ending. um so back in Babylonian days, they had idolatry really, really bad, okay? And a lot of your commandments came about to rectify when sin came into the world, okay? um there was, I don't know if it still is, I have they renamed it, but there was a place called UR. It's U and then R. It's considered okay? And that was Abraham's city, okay? And Europe was Babylonian, okay? And as I stated to y'all, the Babylonians had many gods. I'm getting to this for a reason, because as I prophesied to y'all last year, that as we go into this year, I told y'all that a portal would be open, and things would be coming up and down, coming in and out. And I think I was talking to Mimi last night, and I was telling her, I said, remember, I told you guys that was going to happen, and that this year it would be like a little bit more bloodshed. It'll be a little bit more. This is what I told y'all last year. That 2022 is going to be a lot more bloodshed. It was going to be a lot more killings, a lot more hatred, because the portal had opened. Okay. And just like you got a good portal, you got a bad portal too. And I know I'm speaking like Greek to some people. Just roll with me. It's a spiritual thing, but it also manifests. Okay. So as the portals was open, things came down and things came up. Okay. I also told y'all to be careful because some of you all will begin to see angelic beings and you're going to think you're crazy. You'll be like, I just saw something right there. And then you're going to blink and say, I did. Yeah, you did. You did. So that's why I'm getting on this. Now, there are some people that are psychic. Okay. You have the psychics, the clairvoyants, the astrologers. You have, what's the other ones? Dang, the tarot card readers and stuff like that. Whatever you believe in, that's you. Okay. So, but you do have those things. And a lot of times, if you notice, when they talk, you'll hear them say, Spirit said, Spirit did this, Spirit said, Spirit. They don't say Holy Spirit. That's the difference. That's what you need to hear. Okay. Spirit can be anything. It can be the spirit of a dog. It could be a spirit of a mongoose, the spirit of a killer. So when you say spirit, okay, you're not saying Holy Spirit. They're saying spirit. So let me just tell y'all how many, well, give y'all some gods that used to be out in the Babylonian days. What was out then is still out now, and they just don't practice it. Okay. And that's why when you see a whole bunch of people come up with all these false religions, people like, what? Do y'all remember like 2 years ago, they came up with the Beyonce religion? Anybody remember that? So, wait a minute, my popsicle kind of meant, okay. So, okay, here we go. There were worshipers of fire, the sun, the moon, stars, and various forces of nature. Now, sidebar, don't y'all know that the demonic is so thick over in different parts of Africa, over there in like Swaziland and things like that, real deep in there? Don't you know it's witch doctors that can summon lightning, and when they fight, they throw lightning bolts at each other? Now think about that. Think about that. They are so in touch with the demonic spirit that they can actually summon a lightning bolt and throw it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let y'all ponder that for a minute. Okay, so let me see where else I want to go. Okay. Various forces of nature. Okay. Nimrod. Hope y'all remember who Nimrod is. Nimrod, who tried to build a building or stair steps up to God. Okay, let me take you back to the Bible. Nimrod was king, and he had his subjects to start building stairs, to start building a walkway up to heaven, because he wanted to exalt himself above God. Okay. And evidently, man has the ability to do that because God said, we're going to have to trouble their speech. Because if not, and I'm paraphrasing, if not, they are actually going to make it up here. So not only did he tear down the stairs that Nimrod was having his servants to build, but he disturbed their tongues. So that's one reason why you have a lot of different people that speak a lot of different languages. I know some of y'all probably didn't know that, but that's one of the reasons why you have different languages now. Because at one time they were all on one accord, doing one job, spoke one language, and they was accomplishing what they were setting out to do. Okay. So when God troubled their language, troubled their tongues, they couldn't understand each other. And so the ones that started speaking Mandarin actually bumped into other ones as they was running away that was speaking Mandarin, because even their own household didn't understand what they were saying because he troubled their speech. So then you had some that would speak Chinese, or some that spoke African language, some that spoke French, some that spoke, he troubled their tongue. Yes, the Tower of Babel. Thank you. And so that's one of the reasons why we got all these different languages, okay? Okay. I just wanted to give some clarity to that as well. All right, let me see, because I'm going somewhere with this. Let me see. And afterwards recognized as the chief Babylonian deity. Okay, now Marduk was the common form of his name. Later became identical with Baal. Okay, Baal worship, Jezebel, Baal. Y'all get it? Okay. Shamash was the name of the sun god, and Shamash is Shamash. Okay. And okay, then Sin, Sin, okay, was the moon god. And that was the principal deity. Now, if you think about it, it's some people now that they'll come on here, they'll come on TV and tell you, I support the moon god, or I pray to the sun god, and all this and stuff, right? I know y'all have heard that. I know y'all heard that. Let me see. Okay. And let me see. Sin's wife, okay. Sin's wife was called Ninga, Ningal. She was the moon goddess. Okay. Getting deep. She had many names and was worshipped in every city as the mother goddess. Nina was one of her names, from which the city of Nivea, I know y'all heard of the city of Nivea, where the city of Nivea was named. So that city was named after a deity named Nina, who worshiped, who was considered the moon god. Okay, why did I make that clear? Don't y'all know there are several cities or several areas that may have more demonic activity than others? If you think I'm lying, go to the worst place in your city. As you're entering into this, if you so happen to live at the worst place, God forbid, but I understand we got to take what we can get. But if you ever notice that where you live at, sometimes you just keep feeling things. Like, it's like every time you turn around, somebody's getting stabbed, somebody's getting shot, somebody's house broken into. It's a fight. It's like it's always demonic activity going on, right? Okay, you can come out of your area and go into another one, and it feels so peaceful. But you're in the same city, you're in the same state. You may even be in the same area, just on a different street. That's because each area has its own rule, meaning something is ruling that area. Okay, so a lot of times when we enter into these places and we wonder why we feel something, or why we can't get no sleep, because that's all we hear is demonic activity, gunshots, and all this and stuff. That's because of the spirit that is still left in that area, that dominated that area and took hold of that area. So no matter who comes in or who lives in that area, you're going to always feel what spirit is in control. Now, a lot of times people live in these areas and God protects you for whatever reason. Sometimes it's to show people the way. Sometimes it's for a safe haven for people. It just depends. But there are chiefs that's over the different parts of where you stay, different parts of where you travel, different cities, different states. There are chief demons, just like there are chief angels that guard those things. And a lot of times we enter into spaces that we shouldn't. Hey, Melissa. Hey, love. I'll thank you 300. So, yeah. All right. So that's why I wanted to break that down to y'all as far as why you feel what you feel. Okay. Okay, so Nibia was named. Her commonest name in Babylonian was Ishtar. Hello, does that sound familiar? She was the deification of the sex passion. Uh-oh. Her worship required lasciviousness, sacred prostitution, in connection with her sanctuaries was a universal custom among the women of Babylon. In other words, she was a prostitute. She was the mother of that. Anytime a woman felt that or whatever, it's because she was in operation. And actually they had churches where back in the Babylonian days they had sex workers in churches, sex altar workers, where they would have sex on the altar, uh dedicate their bodies to whatever. Okay, so let's fast forward to this time and day. So that's what I keep telling everybody. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. When you hear about different things popping off, it shouldn't shock you. Like, I cannot believe that. Oh my goodness. Because the same spirit that dwelled back then is now. Okay. Just some things is not in the forefront, but it's still lingering. It's still lingering. You have people. Hey, Kilolo, smooches to you, love. You have people who that's all they do. That's their job. Have you okay, let me I'm gonna break it down for real now. Okay. So y'all know like the OJs, Temptations, um, Fort Tops, Harold Melvin and the Mel and the Mel was it Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes? Somebody. Those groups, I'm just throwing them groups out there, the Spinners, stuff like that. Okay, so y'all know they were big. All of them groups had groupies. Okay, these are women, and we're gonna stick like that because I ain't heard of no men. Could be, just ain't heard of it. I don't want to put that on them. These are women that followed these groups everywhere they went in hopes to sleeping with them, in hopes to get pregnant by them, to be their toy, whatever they wanted to be. They followed these people everywhere. Okay, they're called groupies. They be hanging out around their around backstage, hoping to, be invited to the hotel room and all this and stuff. Okay. Well, so in the natural, so in the spiritual. So don't you know there are spiritual groupies? There are women that don't want a man unless he's tied to the church in some way. If he's not a pastor or a minister or a good singer, they don't want him. They don't want him. They want a man who has prestige in church. And they don't want to really be with the man. They just want to have sex with him. They just want to have the bragging rights to say, I had sex with him. Me and him creep around together. There's a lot of church groupies. Oh, I know, boy. Come on, guys. There's a lot of church groupies, and I know people like, what? Yeah, there's a lot of church groupies. Okay? Because I'm telling y'all, what was in the past is still here. See, here's the thing. Everybody loves to say, oh, if I get into that, some people gonna be mad. Oh well. Anywho, let's go for it. So everybody loves to say that the priests are the closest thing to God, right? If y'all like me, y'all have heard that. The priests are the closest thing to God. We ain't talking pastors right now. We're talking about priests, okay? And I'm not trying to offend anybody, okay? I'm just teaching religion, okay? And I'm teaching you how to come from religion and have a relationship. That's basically what I'm saying. But I also want to teach you the history of it so you will know. So, okay, don't y'all know that the priests from the Catholic Archdiocese, long before it started getting exposed that they were sleeping with the little boys, don't y'all know they were behind a lot of the sex trafficking that was going on? Okay. Move forward. Let's move on, shall we? Okay, so anyway, Ashtar was in connection with her temples, were charming retreats or chambers, where her who's that? That's my daughter. Okay. Where her priests entertained male worshippers. Y'all hear that, don't you? Entertain male worshippers in disgraceful ceremonies. Mm-hmm. In addition to these prostitutes, priestess, every maid, wife, or widow had to officiate at least once in her lifetime in these practices. So, what does that mean? That means that if you were married, if you or a wife, at least one time, if you was in this religion, you had to have sex like everybody else at the altar and with all the people. Okay. Even the men wasn't safe. I just told y'all that. The men was disgraced. They had to be sexually sacrificed too to be a part of that religion. Okay, so religion came about this way. Let's start off with Judeo-Christian religion. Okay, let's say that what happened is you have somebody that says, I don't really agree that marriage should be between a man and a woman, or at least one man and one woman. Okay, I don't agree with that. So I think I'm gonna start a different religion. We're gonna start a religion that two people can get married at the same time if you want to, and we'll call it this. So what happens is you have one major religion, and then one breaks off, and because they don't agree with this over here no more, so they break off and start their own. And then you have another religion over here. So now you got, let's just say two. Well, say somebody over here after a while say, it just don't make no sense to do it like that. We're going to break off and we're going to do it like this. So now you got another religion. And then that one so what it is people decide that they don't agree with whatever the bylaws is for a religion, and they start their own. Now, this is going to blow y'all up. Christianity is not a religion. I'm sorry, it's not in the Bible. Christianity is not in the Bible. So, here's the thing. I'm going to tell y'all how that came about. That came about because of Christ. Okay? So, Christ died for our sins. Okay? There was nobody else that could take those sins on. Christ died for our sins. So, when he rose again, the believers of Christ became Christians. It means they believe in this. They believe in him. So that's how Christian came about. Before Christ, there was not that. Christ was considered a Jew. Okay. Just a little extra history. Just a little extra history. Do I know everything? No. I'll be the first to tell you nope. But when something is in my spirit and it won't let me go, it means I have to say something about it. And so I hope if you get nothing else, you got something from that. Okay, so now let's address the elephant in the room. I hear people always say Christianity is a white man's religion. I don't believe in it. The white man gave it to us. Okay, let me take you back to the Bible. First of all, know your history. Okay, know your history. So, let's go back to Jesus. When Jesus was born, can we agree that he was born in a manger? Can we agree on that? Okay. Now, as you know, the wise men, and I answered that question. I asked y'all how many wise men it was. Everybody said three. Well, not everybody. Most people said three. Some people said two. Okay, so I've already answered that question. As you know, King Herod, I think it's Herod. I always get the H's mixed up. Had his people to bring the wise men to him, and he asked them, and I'm paraphrasing y'all. He asked them, what were they looking for since they were visiting his city, and they told him that they was promised that a king would be born, that a king would be born tonight, and he said, "Well, do y'all know where?" They said, "We're following the stars." They said, "We're supposed to follow the star because once he's born, the star will shine in heaven." So he wanted them to come back and tell him when they found the baby Jesus, right? Okay, now here's the thing you have to be careful about. When you go to the stores for Christmas cards, or when you go to the store and see the activity scenes and nativity scenes and stuff like that, you always see Jesus who's a baby, and then you see three wise men, right? Well, you can sing a lie, act a lie, and tell a lie. Okay? So there was not mention of how many wise men it was in the Bible. Okay? Actually, somebody came up with three because they brought three things. Now, here's the thing. They also kept Jesus as an infant, like a little newborn, not an infant, a little newborn baby. They said when the wise men got to him, he was still a little bitty baby. Okay, like they showed up like that night when Jesus was born. That's not true. One, they was traveling by camel. Okay, not horseback, camel. It took them about I'm gonna say 2.5 years to get to Jesus. So at that time, Jesus is no more a newborn. I'm gonna let that sit in. Okay, so a lot of times, and I understand why they were saying what they were saying, but y'all, a lot of times we take these things as facts because they see it in print. It don't mean it's facts. Okay, so all right, here we go. My family is really, really blowing me up tonight. Okay, so anyway, so by the time they got to them, Jesus was almost 3 years old at the most. Okay, because remember, they were traveling by camel and they following a star. Can you imagine how amazing was that to have that star that whole time that you're traveling so it can bring you to the king? That was amazing. That was amazing. Anyway, let me get back to my commentary. So, they brung a warning. Once they reached Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, they brung a warning. The warning was the king asked us to let him know where you all were at. An angel told Joseph not to go. Not he said, flee here, go into Egypt, and we will send word when you can come out. Now, let's think. Let's turn our thinking caps up a little bit. If Jesus, Mary, and Joseph were white, don't y'all think they would have stood out like a sore thumb and word would have got back to the king on where they were? First of all, think about where Egypt is. They went to Egypt and they were able to fit into Egypt without sticking out, without anybody noticing anything. They were down in Egypt until word came that that king had died. And it wasn't like another month either. So, Why in Egypt? Do you not think that there was things being taught? Do you not know that when some of the ships came and we didn't just come to the Americas, those that wasn't already here. We just didn't come to the Americas. They took us to Spain. They took us to France. We went everywhere. But we went also teaching others about the Christ. And when they came to the Americas, they were bringing us something we had already taught them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right, Philly. So when people tell y'all that it ain't got nothing to do with us, it ain't yes, it does. Yes, it does. Don't let nobody talk you out of your birthright. We perish for the lack of knowledge. That's a true saying. We perish because we don't know stuff. Okay? Just like I told y'all that before it was named Africa, what was the name? I'm gonna see if y'all can put it in the chat. Those of you who always come over here, what was Africa called before they came and got us? What was it called? I'm gonna give y'all a couple of minutes. Because I gotta eat my popsicles melting. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't like that taste. That's nasty. Ugh. That can melt. Ugh. What kind of popsicle is that? I'm sorry, y'all. Nobody remembers what it was called? You close, 300. Okay. Nope. Let me show y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all. La di da, la di da, di da. I'm pulling it up as we speak, everyone. Everyone's. Come on, get out of there. Get out of there. There we go. Okay, I'm going to bring you back up. Here we go. Wrong one. Okay. Y'all see it? There you go. I said 300. You was close. You just didn't put the last part on there. You know, I'm in my teacher mode right now. I would have gave you half of a point, even though you had put the answer correct. It was called Negroland. You're right. Yay. Yes. Yes. So, in order to understand where you're going or how to get where you want to be, you first have to understand where you came from. You also have to understand that not everything was told to you guys correctly. Yeah, Mimi. I thought you seen this before. You ain't seen it? Yeah, I did a whole study on this, sis. Yeah, Negroland. That's basic. That's what it was called. And then forgot his name. He bought it and named it Africa. Yeah, it was crazy. And okay, I'm back. Okay, so yeah. We had a whole, I mean, y'all saw that demonstration. We had a whole thing that was named. Okay. And one of the reasons why it was so easy for them to get rid of us is because not all of us was equal. Okay. So really, Mimi? I'm glad I could show you something, girl. I don't know much. Lord have mercy. Uh you don't think Mimi was around? Okay. So one of the reasons is because we were actually sold out by people who look like us, but they wasn't our race. Okay. So it was easy for them to sell us for money. We actually ran to them. It was another part of the let's just say black sector. Okay. We ran to them because we got wind that people were coming to try to take us. So we ran to them thinking, well, even though we're from a different tribe, our different blood, we look the same, they're going to protect us. And in actuality, they didn't. They made a treaty with the people. They took money for us and they got rid of us. They kicked us, they took over our land and kicked us out of their land. That's why um that's why, sometimes when you hear um like Tariq and different people like that, they be talking about what's that, fundamental Black Americans, those of us who have been here and had to go through the slavery and blah 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 blah, against those who just came over here and everything's great for them, because it's like you all kicked us, kicked us from there. Y'all got paid for us and everything. We're still the only ones who did not get paid. We are the only ones who didn't get a 40 acres or a mule. Our 40 acres and the mule went to the slave owners. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Some of y'all. Our 40 acres and the mule went to the slave owners for losing property. We were considered property. So the way that they made it right with them is to give them 40 acres and a mule, which actuality it was supposed to have been our dowry to start our life over, but we didn't get that. A lot of people begged to go back into slavery back then because they felt it was too hard to survive without it, even though they was the ones that was doing everything anyway. But some of them left, they didn't have tangibles at all. They didn't have shoes. They didn't have nothing. They was just, heard the government said you're free, get off my land. So they didn't know what to do. You talking about generations after generations after generations after generations after generations that was born. Think about that. Born in slavery, meaning born with people telling them what to do, when to do it, what to eat, where to go, how to go. You see what I'm saying? So now you don't kick me free, but you ain't giving me nothing. I don't know where to go. So a lot of times, like now, a lot of times our bodies can come out of bondage, but sometimes your mind is stuck. See, I told you I was going to bring it all the way back around. Sometimes we can come out of bondage, but if your mind is still stuck in bondage, you still in bondage. If your mind is still stuck on what happened to you when you was 12 and you 70, you still 12. You just a 12-year-old in a 70-year-old body. In order to be free, all of you got to be free. Not just your body, but your mind too. So, it just is what it is. So, we all know the biggest that America is African American. We are entitled to the mule, but they can't keep the mule. We'll take the 48. I want my mule to intangibles. Let me do what I want to do with my mule. Hold my mule. Now I'm just playing. I hear you, though. I hear you. And so it's just weird. So yeah, just to get back on this, you have to be careful, y'all, what you subscribe to. I know a lot of people go get their palms read. They go and talk to horoscope people, and shoot, my title's Libra Butterfly. You see what I'm saying? But it's a difference in subscribing to it, living by it, are just understanding that there are some similarities. Okay, how did we get on the zodiac? How did the zodiac become all messed up and we shouldn't follow it and nothing like that? Okay, I'm just touching on all this real quick. Okay, I'm pulling it back around. Okay, the zodiac came from uh the giants. Okay, let me go here. There was one third. Okay, there was an angel. There was an archangel called Lucifer. Okay, Lucifer was right next to God. He actually was the one who brought God joy. Okay, that was his job every day, is to bring God pleasure. To bring, not sexual pleasure, but just, harp, to sing, and he was a beautiful angel. Okay, well, Lucifer got in his mind, pride got him. He got in his mind that he wanted to overthrow God's throne. He wanted to take it over. And he convinced, now think about this. Listen to what I'm about to say. He convinced 1/3 of the angelic host to follow him. That's some strong conversation. You up there with God, the one who created you, the one that's all knowing, all seeing, you up there with him, and somebody was able to talk you into joining forces with them against the thing that made you, to try to overthrow him. That's some strong conversation. So 1/3 of the angels got kicked out of heaven. Okay. Now, when they got kicked out of heaven, they hit the earth. And that was the first darkness. When they said darkness was upon the earth, was out without form and void, boom. Okay. So the sons of God, which is what they were called, the sons of God, slept with the women, and they had kids that became the Nephilims, the giants that roamed the earth. Okay. Now, when the angels, the 1/3 of the angels that got kicked out of heaven, when they came down to earth, okay, they were teaching and releasing secrets that they shouldn't have never released or taught. One of them is horoscopes, how to read the stars, how to read, the colors and all this and stuff. They was never supposed to open it up to humans, and they did. Another one was about metals, how to manipulate metals and iron and steel and things of that nature. Another one was the adorning, the makeups and things like it, like everything that was supposed to be hidden. They start speaking and telling on it, start teaching human beings about that. Okay. So that's another reason why the Lord, when he saw their disobedience, like, I kicked you out of heaven, now you on earth and you trying to destroy everything on earth. Now what I'm going to do is chain you up in the bottomless pit for 1,000 years because you don't know how to act. So that's how they became enslaved for 1,000 years. Okay. But they had sex with the women and created the Nephilims, the giants. Okay. What the giants turned around and did, after a while, the giants started demolishing the humans. So a lot of things that we use to this day, a lot of things that we do, yeah, it came from heaven, but a lot of it was disallowed by heaven because we wasn't supposed to know about it. We wasn't supposed to deal in it or dabble in it, and that's something that the fallen angels introduced human beings to. So I'm just saying, be careful. I can only tell you what I'm talking about. If you still go and get your palm read, or if you still want somebody to tell you your future, and you still, all this and stuff, and you really start buying into it, you never know what you really, like I said, pay attention to their wording. They never say Holy Spirit, okay? They always say Spirit. So which spirit are we talking about? Which one did you get your information from? Because do you all remember that Dang, was right on the tip of my tongue. Saul, okay? When God had stripped Saul from being king, Saul didn't know that God had took his title and already gave it to David, okay? So Saul went and sought out a soothsayer. And the soothsayer brung back one of the prophets that Saul had killed. Okay? And it was a spirit, but it wasn't of God. So what am I trying to show y'all? There's nothing new under the sun. Yeah, so just like eunuchs in the Bible are transgender. Yeah, eunuchs in the Bible, they were castrated. Yeah, their manhood was taken, and most of them also was used for the pleasure of the king. But they got to deal with the queen and her people and the king's concubines and things like that. And they cut their penis off so that their nature wouldn't rise, because it's automatically for a man, and I'm not a man, but I do know how that works, okay? It's automatic for a man to see a woman and his penis rise. I get hard. That's nature. That's whether she's ugly or not. That's nature. And a lot of times women look at this. If you see, I shouldn't tell this, but I am. Look, if you somewhere and you see a man go in his pocket, he ain't going in his pocket because he ain't got nothing to do. He's going in his pocket to try to keep himself from getting excited. Look, that's right, but I'm telling y'all, man. Like I said, I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. That's it. Yes, a lot of times, I ain't gonna say every time because there's exceptions to everything, but I'm gonna say 98% of the time, when you see it can be your friend. You ain't gotta be dating. You can just be your friend. Hey, put his hands in his pocket because that little thing done kicked in. It's just natural. It just is. Bless their heart. 300 said yes, it is, Doc. Eunuchs was powerful back then. Yep, they were. But history wise, even eunuchs found ways around that. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, honey, So a lot of times, let me say this. A lot of times when men say, I ain't interested in that girl, some of the men, they really mean they not. It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. They can't help it. Now, when they act on it, or when they just be disrespectful, that's a whole nother story. But you better make me think that you ain't looking at nobody but me. I don't care. I mean, I ain't talking about you gotta focus on me. I'm talking about excitement wise. Yeah, yeah, we can't have it. Shoot. But yeah, so you know, I love going back in history and doing different history stuff. History's my baby. I love history. It's all connected, y'all. It's all connected. It's you can't have really one without having the other. You just can't. You know, um, it's so much stuff. And let me say this. Let me say this. I know to some people I scare them, and I apologize if that's you. I do not mean to scare you at all. Um, the earliest I remember being able to prophesy was at 3 years old, And you cannot become a prophet. Let me kill it. You either born one or you're not. And so a lot of times I wouldn't say what I saw, um, because I didn't know what I was seeing. I mean, I could tell you what I saw, but who wants people to think that they're crazy and you a kid? Kids are cruel. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. When I watch certain historical accounts, kings would castrate men they used to guard their harems. Yep. And they would get them messing with their mystery. Yep, because sometimes the queen and her people was just as freaky as the men. Mm-hmm. If a man talking to you with an erection, he wants sex. Facts. I agree with you, Philly. Facts. So, but yeah, I don't mean to scare anybody. I just can't help. I am who I am. Um, if there's ever something you don't understand, please feel free to email me. I'd rather tell you. I'd rather you ask me than to just assume. Um, so some people play. I ain't got time to play. Cause let me tell you something that happened. Um, I was younger, of course, and I had a dream. In my dream, I saw this lady. She was about 5 foot, 5'1", stringy hair, pale skin, with a lot of cats. She's just creepy. Looked just like what I thought a witch was. And that was in my dream. So one day, I think we had some type of church outing for the youth, and I was on the bus. We was dropping off people at their house, and we pulled up in front of this house so that some of the kids could get out the bus. It was a school bus, and it was towards night. It was in the fall too. Never forget it. And all of a sudden, the door opened up in this house, and when that door opened up in the house, the lady who I saw in my dream walked out right there on her porch and just stared at me. Y'all, just stared at me. And I was like, oh my God, that's a witch. I mean, she just stared at me. And I mean, you got a bus full of kids. She wasn't looking at nobody but me. And I kept on saying, oh, I hope we pull off. Oh, I hope we pull off. Oh, I hope. And for some reason, I could not break my eyes from this woman. And, it was weird. And I remember that, like I said, I was about, I want to say maybe, I'm going to say between 8 and 10. I never forgot that. And I'm like, that's crazy that I saw her first in my dream and then it manifested, you know. So yeah, it was weird. What else? One day I was a grown woman when this happened. This was back in 2013. I was sitting on my bed and I could hear somebody talking to me that was not in my house. Okay. Wasn't they lived like a mile or two. And I could hear them talking to me. And I said, well, if you really want to know, call me. I spoke that out of my mouth. I said, if you really want to know, call me. Y'all think I'm lying. 10 seconds later, the phone rung. And the person said, you said call you. See what I'm saying? So, this gift right here, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it baffles even me. And God gave me the gift. But sometimes it baffles even me. And I'm like, oh my goodness, let me see. We look at what Joseph went through with Pharaoh's wife. And so, let me tell y'all something else that happened. Some of my people that follow me know this, so I'm going to tell you what else has happened. And thank you, new subbies. I saw that I had another new subby. Thank you. Thank you, all of my subbies. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. And y'all like sharing so darn scribe, okay? So let me tell you what else has happened. Okay, so I was about 6 or 7, and I remember my grandmother saying, like, everybody had to dress in white that night, and I remember my grandmother telling me, whatever you do, Do not stop clapping your hands. Do not look at what's going on, okay? She said, because the devil going to be here tonight, you know. So I'm like, yes, ma'am. So we in church, y'all, and we got our, we listen to music and we clapping our hands and all this and stuff like that. The next thing you know, this man came in church and he walked through the doors and then he started like jumping up and down and he started staring at everybody's face, like walking to each pew, trying to, break people's concentration. And y'all think I'm lying. He went back to the back door where he came in at and started slithering up the daggone walk. Up the walk. He started slithering. Yeah. And I remember my grandmother just kept on touching me so I could stay focused. But who gonna see somebody slither from the door all the way up to the altar and you not look? This man slithered. Do you hear me? I kid you not, on everything. And then he flipped over and started foaming at the mouth. And I mean, the more he foamed, the more the church kept praising God and calling out Jesus' name and all this and stuff like that until that man laid there still. And then when he came to, he didn't even know how he got to the church. He didn't know anything. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't want to scare nobody, but I could tell y'all some things and y'all would be like, what? I promise you. I can tell you something. I guess that's why I don't scare easy. I guess it's because once you done seen the other side, you're like, okay. Anything else compared to that is like, okay. You don't like me, okay. You want to fight me, okay. It's like whatever, girl. If you only knew, So it trips me out, and that's why I guess a lot of people talk to me because some things that's hard for others to believe, I got that extra, thing, and I can tell you, I can tell you, and so yeah, I got a lot more stories. I ain't gonna get into it though, but I got a lot of more stories, and I'm so over trying to make people believe me. It's ridiculous. I don't care if you believe me or not. I know what happened. I know what happened. So it's like you either believe it or you don't. It's up to you. Everybody got free will. So I'm telling you, hey, just be careful when you go to mess around. NC girl. Hey, love. Okay, I understand. Thank you for showing up, though. Oh, my goodness. Please email me. And when you give me permission, if you give me permission, you don't have to. I tell people, that's asked me about you, So, yes, y'all, that's our NC girl right there. Yes, sir. So, but yeah, y'all, I could tell y'all some story. Oh, it's something else I want to say so bad, but I don't want to scare people because people already say I scare them. So I don't want to scare nobody. I don't. But just know, as time goes on, okay, there will be even more angelic activity. Some good. Okay, baby. Okay, I'll be looking for it. Yeah. You take care of yourself too. Some good, some bad. Okay. Some good, some bad. Let me ask you about this war in Russia and Ukraine. My question to you is, what do you think is all it's leading up to? I think it's a distraction. I'm going to be honest with you, Philly. I think it's a distraction. I know we do talk about the end times, what's going to happen in the end times. I really don't think that's that. I do know we are in the end times of man, but that's not the one that I really don't believe in my spirit. That's the one that the Bible speaks of. I think right now this is a distraction. And what is it the distraction for? I think they're trying to make everybody focus on that so we won't see what they're doing. Okay. To me, there's some backdoor stuff going on. Now I have spoke about that. I spoke about that last year too. I believe it's some backdoor stuff that's going on. trying to bring in, what their agenda is, what they want to see happen, what they have been planning for a long time. As long as they can bring up fear. See, here's the thing. Well, we got to realize fear makes changes, and as long as people are afraid, they will go along with anything. Just like when Bush was in office, how they got into the Big Brother thing, where they put the cameras everywhere and all that, is because Bush made America afraid. He made America afraid with the 9/11. And he was like, well, we need this to happen so we can watch them every minute. So, of course, America's like, yes, because we want America to stay free and we want America to stay, yes, put the cameras in, give it to us. Yes, spy on us right now. Yeah, okay. So anytime there's something that's thrown in your face all the time like that, you need to ask, what is it that they're doing that they're not showing? Because if they're showing this and it's supposed to be the worst thing going on, that means there's something behind this that we don't see. So, and now, like I said, fear makes most of us lose our mind. When you're afraid, you agree to almost anything, especially when people say, if you do this, you'll be safe. Oh, yeah, let's do it. They're not really thinking. They're not really, weighing the options, you know. So, yeah, I just really don't, and I could be wrong, but I don't, I bet you a damn to a dollar I'm not. I'm so sure about what I'm saying, but we're going to say allegedly. We're going to say allegedly. I was even telling my people for 2 years, I think it's been 2 years, they can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been telling my people to stock up and store up. I've been telling them, stock up and store up and don't stop. Don't use your reserve. Make sure you got enough. Make sure you got more than enough. I said it's a shortage grid happen. And this is long before they even start talking about it. I said, y'all, I see a shortage coming in. I see a food shortage. I see shortage in toilet paper. I said it was a trial run, what they did at first, to see if they can come back and do it again. Some people laughed at me. It's okay. It's okay. Because right now, they stuck. They trying to play catch up. My people ain't trying to play catch up, because those that listen to me and actually started doing it, they ain't got to play no catch up. They ready. They ready. Let me see. I don't understand why Biden continues to get on TV and tell how much money we're sending to. Think about that. You said a mouthful right there. But we don't have, remember, we don't have enough money for the basic needs, they said, but we're just sending money across different countries. Okay. Yeah. All right. If he say so. It's been 2 years. Okay. Thanks, 300. Yeah. So, even at the end of still more than this. Okay. Yeah. I even been telling them about the water. What waters to get. Start stocking up on your waters. Things like that, because like I said, I saw the shortage. I can only tell what I see. Some things I see, God won't even let me speak. And it really, people really would be wide awoke every day. He won't even let me speak it. When he releases me, then I releases it. Until then, nope. Nope. I even told y'all, here's one, I forgot. Remember I told y'all YouTube was changing? I said, y'all, I see YouTube changing. I said, something great happened with YouTube and it's really going to change. I said, I don't know what it is. I can't tell you, but something about YouTube ain't going to be the same. Can y'all see that? Now, if you don't have 1,000 subbies, they only let 200 people in your live stream. That's what I'm hearing. Something else. I'm like, shut the front door and kick open the back. So I told y'all that they would be trying to reconsider R. Kelly, his charges, and everything. I said they could get thrown out, but however, it's gonna be an upset because they are gonna reconsider his charges, and that's what they doing. I'm just saying. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Yep, remember you saying that. Oh, okay. Yep. I even told y'all about some content creators that was going to go down. And we seen two so far, two big ones. So, it just is what it is. So I just, like I said, I wanted to come over here and give y'all uh some history on these religions, sun god, moon god, all of this and stuff. And when people try to tell you your future and talk about, spirit, be careful because you don't know which one of those spirits they get it from. Yeah, you know, um, understand why they didn't put a gun to any of them females' heads. They fully know whose house they. And more to the point, everybody's acting brand new. Let me just say that. And I know this is not popular. Everybody wants to be brand new when it comes to R. Kelly. Everybody knew what type of person R. Kelly was. They remember the Aaliyah story. I mean, so it wasn't shocking. And half the people that's appalled now was the ones that was bringing him girls. Even the girls' parents was bringing their kids to him. So, I mean, if you're going to charge one, charge them out. The parents need to be charged and everybody else. It wasn't just him. Hey, King. It wasn't just him. Yeah. If you're gonna charge him, my apologies got pulled in. I believe it. I believe it. Did you check your message or your text message? I left you both. I left you a text message and a verbal message. So, but yeah, everybody knew what R. Kelly was about, you know. But I still like his music and I still bump his music. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Music is one thing. What he did in his private life is a whole nother. And I tell anybody who don't want their R. Kelly stuff, please give it to me. I give you my P.O. box. You can mail it to me. I take all his music. Sure will. Sure will. Especially, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bumpy grind. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, so we ain't, people get on my nerves when somebody get caught, they start acting just brand new. Oh my goodness, for real? Girl, sit down somewhere. You already knew what was going on. Come on now. And to me, and this is just me, I ain't seen nobody else. The Bill Cosby thing was yeah. It was so unfair, it was ridiculous. Me too. I just was playing trapped in the closet. You trapped in the closet 300? You better come up out of that closet. Shoot. You better get out of that closet, man. So yeah, I just don't like that. I don't like it. I don't. And that's just like, okay, let me say it like this. Okay, everybody knew what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock. Okay, whether you agree with it or not. Okay, whether you agree with Will Smith smacking Chris Rock or not, we're not debating it. My thing is this: why y'all give him a harsher punishment than y'all did everybody else that has did some uckery that y'all know about? Y'all punished this man 10 years. 10. I'm with 50 Cent on that. That's too harsh. And everybody else get a slap on the wrist and they get to go, man, miss me with that. They know what they doing too. Uh, does 300 mind for somebody else? Okay. Who is CK? I'm Madeline anyway. Uh, yeah, Philly. So It's crazy. It's like now y'all want to be brand new. Come on, get with it. Oh yeah, let me tell you about that too. I'm waiting on her to tell me when it's on Amazon. It's going straight to Amazon, except for yours. Yours and Astara's. I'm gonna sign y'all's before I ship it to you, because you know why. It's my appreciation. Y'all have been buying my books and giving them to people like 40 going north. So yeah, you already knew you get a free book. I don't, yeah, so quit playing. Uh so yeah, I'll let you know. I'll text you when they put it up on Amazon because they're working on it now. And hopefully tomorrow it'll be ready to order. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be ready to order. Let me see. Bill Cosby was railroad since. No, just asking him just in case he has a troll. Oh. Oh, okay, for the book club. Yeah, I'll let you know when it goes up. See, Bill Cosby was railroad. I've read the same. Yeah, poor Cosby. Poor Cosby. Whether you like him or not, poor Cosby. I didn't get a chance to see him in Tariq's interview because Tariq interviewed him this week. I didn't get a chance to see that. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because I heard it was explosive. I heard it was really, really good. So I do want to go back and look at that and everything. But yeah, for real, we got to get better. Those of us who know what time it is, can you tell me what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Anyway, we have to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's for real, because nobody's gonna save us, y'all. We got to save ourselves. We do. Um, we're such a threat, and it's crazy. You know, Corey King, his channel is 212 Corey King. Oh, okay. I thought he said he interviewed Bill Cosby. I could have swore that's what his one thing said. I know he did the publicist too, but I could have swore his own. He said, I just got off the phone with Bill Cosby. You be surprised. uh, yeah, we got to save ourselves for real, and I don't claim to know everything, and trust me, I get on King's nerves sometimes. I know I do. Because I'll be like, okay, so like I called him, what was it, yesterday? I got him yesterday, was like, look, do you know how to such and such? And he started laughing. He said, wait a minute, let me pull over. I said, no, don't pull over. Just call me when you get the chance. It was too funny because I wears him out with stuff. I know he'd be like, Lord, have mercy. So oh shoot. Oh my goodness. But I figured it out though. Come on, brain cell. I figured it out. And guess how? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, King, how I figured it out. I called my old phone number. The person answered. I apologized for bothering them and asked them could they give me that code that was sent to them. And I said, I'll make sure I change everything so you won't keep getting my calls. And they gave it to me too. I said, thank you. And hung up the phone. I was like, if that wasn't ghetto, I don't know. That was ghetto as heck. How you gonna call your old phone number and make the new people give you the code? That's messed up. Thank you, King. Yeah, so yeah, I'm like, oh my goodness. But we do have to do better. We do. I was gonna tell you something. Hold on. Dang on it. It was about stocks too. I'm gonna have to make sure I can get Derek C. Williams on her too. It was something about stocks. Dang, it just slipped my mind. I'll tell y'all next time. That's called the favor of God. They could have just hung up. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Philly. Yeah, and I did. I sound like a little wounded kid. I was like, hello, you don't really know. I said, no. I said, hello, you don't know me, but I used to own the phone number. And I'm sorry, I've been trying to get them to send it to this number and they keep sending it to you. Can you please just look on your phone and give me the code that was text to you? And I promise I'll change it and won't bother you anymore. And the person said, hold on. And they said, you talking about the Google code? I said, yes. And they gave it to me. I said, thank you. They said, no problem. I was like, oh my goodness. So it pays to be nice, y'all. It does. It pays to be nice. And my oldest son, his boss told him, that lady that called and said, why are you playing? That lady that called me when you was in the hospital, that is not your mother. And he was like, yes, it is. Said, Said, she sound younger than you. Said, she really sound like she's about in her teens or something. And he said, yeah, everybody said that. Said, she probably look young too. He said, yeah, my mama, she don't look her age, that's for sure. Like that. I was like, dang, I really sound like a little kid or something. So I'm trying to change my voice a little bit. So I'm trying to, adultify it a little bit, but good luck with that. So, because when I'm on the phone, everybody said I sound like a kid. They said me and my daughters all sound alike. So you never know if you're talking to me or my daughters. But I'm the only one should be answering my phone. But hey, anything can happen. It is what it is. So yeah, y'all. I hope y'all come over tomorrow night. We are doing the panel. Dang, I let Melissa go again. Oh, I'm a loser. Okay, so I hope y'all come over tomorrow. We are doing the panel, and we are going to, it's sisters. It's the sisterhood for me. That's what we're doing. But we want men to chime in too, because maybe y'all got some questions why women do X, Y, and Z. What should you do, if a woman X, Y, and Z, whatever the case may be. It's for everybody. It's gonna be me, the wonderful unbothered Mimi, and the intelligent Miss Real Mamas, Real Problems, and Miss Melissa, the GOAT, and myself, little old me. We gonna grace the platform and we just gonna have a good time. We gonna talk about everything. I'm serious. Whatever come to our mind, as we gonna talk about it. Children, women, sex, men, money, whatever the topic is, whatever somebody want to ask, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, thank you. I hope you come back. I hope you subscribe, Philly. Yes, thank you, King. Yes, so we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. So, because I feel like we just need to understand each other more. You got to start somewhere, y'all. You really do. Um, we just want to open up a dialogue because we see a lot of women cutting throat each other, over something stupid too. It'd be like some dumb stuff. We like, really? You fell out over that? You ain't got nothing better to do than really? It's like it just be tripping us out like, really? You ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig. You ain't got a lot to kick it, you know. I'm one of them. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I'm one, if I don't understand something, if I don't do it, I don't do it. Shoot, if I don't understand, I don't understand. I don't care how it makes me look. I'll tell you in a minute, I don't get it. I don't get it. That went straight over my head. I don't get it. Break it down like a fraction. So it just is what it is, plus I'm gonna need y'all. I'm gonna need y'all. I'm gonna need to draw strength from y'all. I'm doing pretty good right now. That's because I'm drawing strength from you guys. You all rock. You rock.com. And since I got about 6 more minutes and then we're gonna be off here. So this brunch tomorrow. Yeah, I have really lost weight. Can I toot my own horn? Toot toot. I have really lost weight. I'm impressed. And if these fibroids go ahead and shrink, my stomach could go down even more. I'm like, you better go on and rock it, Miss Libra Butterfly. Go on and rock it. So I have, Yeah, I have clothes I ain't never wore. They still got the tags on them. That's a crime. But my husband, my ex, Lord, my deceased husband, always wanted me to make sure that I went and got me something. I'm like, so I had stuff I was looking at today. Like, girl, what are you gonna wear? Like, I ain't got nothing to wear, and I got all this stuff sitting in my closet. So yeah, we have them. I've been invited to a Mother's Day brunch tomorrow. Um, and everything, because Mother's Day is coming up, and I know it's hard for me in a way, because y'all know one of my kids is deceased. Um, but praise God, I still got my mother. So um, sometimes I ain't gonna say that she's a trip. Just pray for her. Yeah, and so she was invited, and she invited me and my sisters. Um, So that's where we're gonna go and support her. I told her I'm getting tired of hanging with her every weekend. This will make the second weekend I've been with her. I ain't trying to start no habit. So, and then Sunday is the big old shebang. Everybody's coming over here, and I know we having steaks, we having ribeye steaks, we having baked potatoes, we having salad. But I want to make some individual pieces for my grandkids. I do. I want to make these individual pieces for my grandkids. And I did want to make some jambalaya, but my kids have been asking for my gumbo. They don't know. It takes a lot to do this gumbo, but I ain't made it in a year or so. So if they come in there, especially my sister too, if they come in the house and they see a pot, they already gonna know what time it is. So I might just go ahead and make the gumbo and some individual pieces for my grandkids. Um, we had all type of waters and juices and teas and pops, and I'm gonna throw some hot dogs on the grill. Since my sister, she's gonna grill the steaks, so we're gonna throw some hot dogs on the grill. And I don't know. I've been gonna change my mind again before Sunday. Trust me, because it's gonna be when I go to the store, whatever speaks to me at that time. That's what I'm gonna get. Whatever speaks to me at that time. That. There you go. There you go. So I might even make some Hawaiian meatballs. I think it'll go over good. I think the kids will enjoy it. I think I'm gonna put them on the toothpick, make my Hawaiian meatballs, and then put some pineapples on them, and everything. Put them in the crock pot. So when they go to grab them, they'll grab them from the toothpick, and they can walk around with them and everything. And so I think I'm gonna do that because I think it's simple. I'm trying to make my life simple, so I think it's simple. And I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you right, Mimi. All the hardworking moms. You right. You know. Um, Plus, my daddy taught me how to make a homemade barbecue sauce. So I always use his barbecue sauce recipe that he taught me. And I got to teach my 8-year-old granddaughter because that's the next cook in the. Well, everybody can cook. All my kids can cook except for Ja'Cory. Bless his heart. But he know how to boil some stuff. But my granddaughter, my 8-year-old granddaughter, she can whip up some stuff. Pancakes, bacon, eggs, biscuits. She's on it. And she keeps saying, Nana, when you gonna teach me how to do the bumbo? She calls it bumbo. Yeah. And I told her, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you how to do the bumbo real soon. So, what, child? So yeah. Can baby girl cook? Yeah, she can cook some stuff. Like I taught her how to make my fish, the Creole fish, the way my grandmother taught me. And this one church, honey, put her in the kitchen and she did all they fish for they fish fry. Everybody was like, "That's some good fish." They kept coming back getting it. Um, she can cook eggs. She can cook bacon, um, sausage. I taught her how to make French toast, so she know how to make French toast. Um, She know how to fry wings too. She just don't leave them in there long enough. So I told her to just set a timer, and everything. So she's working her way up to some stuff. Yeah. If she sits still long enough to learn. But she know enough where she won't starve. I tell you that. So, but my girls and that oldest boy of mine, my goodness, honey, they make a hound dog hug a hound. I promise you, they can cook their face off. The world would be shit if we didn't have the strong women we have, and just thank you, King. You know how I feel about my black men. Come on now, shoot. But yeah, thank you so much. That is sweet. It'd be nice if most men felt like it, but I take it anytime I can get it. And I know the other women in the chat will too. We take it anytime we can get it. So, but yeah. So I guess tomorrow, whatever I end up putting on, I take a picture and I'll probably put it on the board and let y'all see it and every stuff. I'm like, shh. So this would be interesting. But yeah, everybody's gonna be over here tomorrow. I mean Sunday. Everybody's gonna be over here Sunday. So if I know my grandkids, I got a real tall, big queen size bed. I'm gonna take a picture of my bed and I might do a video. I'm gonna show y'all my bed. I guarantee you them grandkids especially my younger ones, the 3 younger ones, they're gonna go in there, they're gonna climb up in my bed because you gotta climb in my bed. I got to climb in my bed. I mean, I have to use a little stool. So I bet they're gonna get in there and the first they're gonna start by laying on it. Then if I go in there long enough, they'll be jumping on it. I guarantee you. That's how much it looks like a trampoline. So I can just imagine. So you at work tonight, King? Any oh, stretch. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. It hurt. Oh, but it feels good. Okay. I tell y'all what, I got another massage lined up. Yes, sir. Woo. I got to do something because this body right here. Mm, 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 mm. Yep. Okay. The hardest working man on show business. All right, y'all. I'm through. I was trying not to let y'all go for real, but it's okay. I think we did enough tonight. Oh my goodness, boy. It's a little boy. Wait a minute, y'all. See, that's another thing. That's another thing that bothers me, and I'm gonna get out for here. They want to send all this money overseas and over to help, these people that's fighting and stuff like that. When you got people right here in the United States that was born in the United States that can't even get health care coverage. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. You know, my son right now is trying to fight to get his medicine that sustains his life. Now make that make sense. The medicine helps him live, but y'all fighting him on the coverage of it. He ain't got no $1,200 to come up out of his pocket. That's crazy. So yeah, I have an attitude with that. I really do. I feel like they make us go through so much stuff, man. We have to go through so much. But other people get just anything they want, you know. And it's just crazy. Okay, cleaning floors, yep. But that's and I don't even, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's unfair. It's not fair at all. And I know some people like, well, and then everybody want to talk about vote. Vote for what? Can somebody tell me what's that's going to do? We've been voting for earls, eons, and everybody promises one thing or another, but when they get in there, they forget their promises. They said, "Well, I can't do it on this term. I'm gonna have to try to do it next term." No, that's just a way for you to stay in office. You keep giving us empty promises. I'm sorry, I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. I voted all my life, and I haven't seen a change yet. Not for us. Everybody else gets what we supposed to have, and they keep telling us to hurry up and wait. What are we waiting for? It bothers me. It just really does. And I mean, I don't behoove anybody else or begrudge anybody else that got whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're gonna give to another group, give to us too. We should be first on the totem pole, to be honest. As much doohickey we don't went through, but still we getting paid no attention. A lot of that, we getting a lot of no attention. And in the famous words of Tariq, it's a nothing burger. Things are a nothing burger. They offer you something to eat and it ain't nothing. But we put money on that war we don't have nothing to do with. Right. That's my king. That's what I'm saying. Let me see. Definition of insanity is doing it. Right. And expecting something different. Right. It's like, it's crazy, man. And then some of us, the skin folk, we ain't kin folk. We put them in the office and they forget what they are. It's just, it's y'all. It used to be programs that would help you get your medicine, if you couldn't afford it or whatever. It was programs they had that would actually help you get your medicine. They don't remove all those type of programs. Ain't no programs that help you get your medicine no more. Either you get it or you don't. It used to be the pharmacy could like give you a week's worth, and then you come out and get the rest. Now the pharmacies don't want to do it no more because why? They're owned by big pharma, and big pharma really don't care allegedly about people. So it's all about the dollar. It's all about the mighty dollar, and I'm sick of that. I want somebody to, if you're gonna get in office, first prove to us that you deserve to be there before I vote for you. Get in there and make some changes. Once I see that you're making some changes, are you causing a lot of doohickey in there to make changes? Then the next time I might decide to give you my click. Shoot. South America, but wanted to see. Hey, they did. They disappeared. Man, they gathered all them Haitians up so quick. They was a memory. I mean, they was a memory. It made you think, wasn't any Haitians right there for real? That's how quick they gathered them up. But everybody else, shh. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, it just bothers me. It just does. It just, I'm just talking about what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm sorry if I ain't trying to offend nobody, but, huh. Sam Cooke sung about a day, I was born by the river. Yeah, in a little tin. I love that song. I do, but I can't listen to it. It makes me cry because I think about the man that sung it. He got killed, so but it's crazy. Anyway, y'all. Anyway, look how much weight I done lost, y'all. But wait a minute, let me show y'all something, and then we out of here. I don't want to keep talking to y'all. I do, but I don't. Oh, hold on. It's been too hard living, and I'm afraid to die. Come on, where's it at? Wrong. Ooh, 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 ooh. is you? Where is you? Where is you? Where is you? Where is you? Uh, Change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Let me see. And I know I had this. Okay, I'm getting to it. Okay. Wait a minute, where'd it go? Okay, yep, go back. That was it. Okay. Let's go, the girl. Let's show the people. Let's show the people. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all this. Mimi, but look at this picture. Can you see it? Yep, y'all can see it. Okay. You see it? Thank you, Mimi. Back study 300 reparations. Okay. But yeah, look, I was like, dang, even though I like your color. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. That hair was stained too. It's hanging all in the back. King said, right, Mimi. I'm trying, y'all. I really, you know what? I really want my stripper body back. I don't want to strip. Let me clarify that. I want the body I had when I did. That's what I want. So, but God know what he know what he's doing, because I probably won't be no good. I probably be rotten to the core. Shoot. So I'm like, yep, yep, yep. So, Anywho, I am drinking out for here. My water done unthawed so much, I gotta put it back in the freezer because I don't like no lukewarm water. I can't stand lukewarm water, y'all. It's gotta be cold. So I'm gonna put it right back in the freezer. Yes, girl, my stripper body, girl. Shoot. When I used to do the dirty wine, you could tell I was dirty whining. You could tell it now, but I need them stomach muscles to be like boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. So I can get back into my ethnicity. Start doing my. I just really want to run again because I enjoyed running. I want to run again, and I want to skate. You know what? I don't think I was mean, but I don't. I plead the fifth. There we go. I plead the fifth as safe. But yeah, I do. I want to skate, and I want to jog again. Jog, I run again. I used to love it. I used to get up. I had a running partner too. I used to get up on Saturdays, and we take off just running, man. I mean, cross country seemed like, because we be running everywhere. And then I used to roller skate. I used to roller skate 3 times a week. So my calves was big in the mud. They still are, for real, to be honest. But I need to get on them skates. Some skates is calling me, man, for real. So far I'm doing pretty good. because let me tell y'all something too. Um, for a while I thought I had a sciatica nerve issue. Guess what it was? It was my knee. Don't you know when your knee, when something's going on with your knee, it affects your back? And it affects you sitting and walking and standing. Like you be like, everything hurts. It's a knee. It's your knee. That's messed up. So I've been using this stuff every now and then when my knees start acting up. I've been putting it on my knee, and I got a brace too, but the brace won't stay on all the way, so I don't deal with that. But I've been putting this stuff on my knee. Honey, it's been hurting. Yeah, I gotta first be able to stand. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. My joints had locked up on me. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I've been walking around here and taking doing some steps, and then I've been line dancing, trying to get myself back up to walking again. So that's gonna be on the menu. We used to walk with you on like I know. Yeah, we will. We'll be doing it again. Once Kentucky weather stop being schizophrenic, one day it's hot in the 80s, next day it's in the 40s, next day it's in the 60s, next day you're back in the 50s. You like you don't know what the weather gonna be. Shoot. You want some boots, some shorts, and a sweater. It's just crazy. So but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it again because I want to build myself back up. And I'm trying not to let my booty disappear, but good grief, I reckon. I was like, where'd she go? Where'd she go? So I'm gonna have to learn, I'm gonna have to do some squats. I get a pass for now. Thank you. I'm gonna have to do some squats once my knees get better because hey, the kadonk ain't no kadonk like it used to be no more. It's a but the kadonk it ain't no kadonk. I don't know if I like it. Forget your king. Oh shoot. So yeah, I'm gonna have to build myself back up. I'm trying to get like Mimi. I'm trying to get like Mimi. Shoot, Mimi faithful. She be doing that every day. Like man, I'm trying to build myself back up for real. But I'm dedicated to it though. I really am. Because I don't like taking medicines. If I'm gonna take a medicine, it needs to be a herb. So that's why I take my herbs faithfully every day because I like feeling good. I do. And other stuff's for the birds. If I'm gonna trust the doctor with my life, I might as well trust my own self because they ain't gonna do nothing but research. That's all they gonna do. They're gonna go and look it up on the computer or in the book, and then come back and tell you what they think you got and subscribe you medicine for it. And a lot of times the medicine don't heal. It just masks the symptoms. I might as well just go and take my life in my own hands, and that's what I did. Ever since I've done that, I've been getting better. I've lost weight. My body's better. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay on this trend. I'm gonna stay on this one. So, it is what it is. And everything. All right, y'all. It's been real. I'm going to get out for here, and I appreciate everybody for coming over. Thank you to my mods, which is 300, and Baba Mimi, my sis. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for everybody that came today and just listened to me. Mama Titas, thank you. And Melissa, thank you, love. I appreciate y'all so much. Candy Cane, NC Girl showed up. Oh my goodness. It was just all of y'all, you, Lottie Dottie, and everybody. I appreciate y'all so much. And I talk with you all tomorrow. Be there. I'll be square for this panel. It's going to be all that. All right. And if nobody told you that you are intelligent, you are. And if nobody told you they love you, I do. Have a great day. Smooches.